deteriorating more and more and more. My other comments I'll save for next meeting.
Mr. Morton.
Normally, I thank the public for coming out, and I thank you for your dedication and diligence. However, now I see that you are now a witness to a failure to act. We've brought some issues forth that need to be addressed, very specifically the fact that our membership here is antiquated and unhealthy. Also, we discussed some issues in regard to the ballot, which were very valid. And it seems that one of the members of the community has identified a problem. Each time we put something on the ballot that the committee would be able to address, the price increases because of our inability to make a decision. Third, we are 35 days out of compliance for emergency management. We've done what we can by advertising the position and are still unable to come to a consensus when in fact we decided that we were going to have a consensus. We went directly to committee comments and there was no vote, but there should have been. There should have been a vote tonight as to whether or not we should take action. And we are again not taking action. Failure to act is an act of non-compliance. Failure to act is an act of defiance. And right now, for several counts, we are in defiance of the law. This is now on the record. In the event that we had an emergency, and as my alerts tell me, there's a pending emergency within the next 12 hours, and we do not have adequate coverage, a problem that could have been resolved tonight, but should not have existed 35 days ago. We are out of compliance, and we as a committee are now failing you. I ask that the public be vigilant, pay close attention, call your congressman, call local law enforcement, and be a part of the judicial process because we are out of compliance. No one on this committee is taking responsibility. I thank you for your time.
Mr. Clark.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the township residents for coming out. Continue to come to the meeting, and we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Mr. Pitts.
Yes, first I want to start off with Mr. Harris. Share your concerns over the land sale issues, and we are going to work on that and try to hopefully get one scheduled soon. We're going to help out with our tax issues. Mr. Pierce, your issues are being addressed as far as the business licenses, and Mr. Davis shared will get you the information you requested. Mr. Sharp, I agree with you with your concerns about the business licenses. Should be a fair, consistent system for everybody, not just certain individuals, and also an opinion on the convicted criminals. Mr. Kenley said that we all knew that you had a past. I don't even know you, basically. I don't know you now, but do you know you did? Ms. Ridgeway, you asked how long should criminals past histories stay with them. I think they should remain with them. Yes, I do. Certain people should rescue their lives. For instance, child molesters shouldn't be able to work in daycares. Arsonists shouldn't be able to work at confinement camps. Bank robbers shouldn't be able to work in banks. So certain crimes, I think, should follow the people out. Mr. Smith, you mentioned some problems with abandoned properties being in disarray and not being properly taken care of. We are addressing those issues too. We've got one that we're going to move on very soon. We're getting around to some of the others. We're working on it. Just bear with us. Lastly, I'd like to address all the issues surrounding my residency. I'm going to do some reading. Give me a few minutes. This is all from state statutes concerning residencies. first of all, I'm going to give you the definition of what it actually means to be a resident. So a resident is a person having, within the territorial limits of the local unit, a place of abode which has not been adopted for any mere special or temporary purpose, but is his ordinary and permanent domicile. So let's go. In law, a domicile is the status or attribution of being a permanent resident in a particular jurisdiction. A person can remain domiciled in a jurisdiction even after they have left it, if they have maintained sufficient links with that jurisdiction or have not displayed an intention to leave permanently. Certain instances that would support that would be, say someone had a fire, they were displaced for a year or two until their house was rebuilt. The person doesn't have to give up residence. Natural disasters, hurricanes, floods, whatever, sometimes displace people for the same reasons. There's nowhere that says you have to give up your residence. Some people go to prison, commit crimes, selling drugs, possession of guns, whatever, and they also maintain their residence, sometimes for up to 3 years at a time. I haven't experienced any of those incidences. I still maintain my residence. State further states that the requirements, these are documents that support being a resident. You can provide mortgage statements, bank statements, tax returns, voter registrations, driver's licenses, passports, pension documents, credit card statements, insurance documents, auto and health care, utility bills, library card. I myself can provide all these except the library card because we don't have a local library. So, that being said, I could possess all requirement documentation to support my residency. Here recently, I've had people come to my house asking questions about where I live. I hope they got the answers that they were looking for. I consider it harassment. I'll give you some of the particulars behind that. So, the most recent one was Mr. Morton came to my house on Friday, told my son a lie, stating that he tried to text me, but I didn't reply. He then decided to question my son about where I live and whether I lived there or not. He never told my son what he wanted. You know, he said he was looking for me. Well, my phone never rang, I never received any text. This was just a way to harass me and try to get some answers about where I actually live. In the past, Ms. Hughes has drove into my driveway during the election. I asked her if she was okay and if she needed help. She asked me, was I okay? Why would she be asking me questions when she parked in my driveway? Mr. Pierce just recently, as of a few months ago, filed a complaint against me, saying that I was operating a business out of my residence at 381 Reeves Road. Well, I don't understand how you can sign a complaint against me for running a business out of my residence, but on the other hand, claim I don't live there. It just doesn't make sense. You can't have it both ways. Mr. Kinley has stated on several occasions, I live in Sicklerville, Williamstown, Washington Township, Gloucester Township, and now 25 Vance Ave and Reeves Road when they're accusing me of running a business out here. It just makes no sense, basically. It's all harassment. But in conclusion, I want to let all of you know, you know, if you're going to file a complaint or whatever, do it. I don't have a problem with that. You can go to court. If you don't, and if you trespass on my property again, that's what I'm going to consider it, and I'll be filing complaints. And also, complaints for harassment. In the surveys, you put online that I'm committing fraud, taking the taxpayers' money by living in another county, township, whatever. That's also defamation of character and harassment. I come here, I provide a service just like the rest of us, probably more so. And there's nothing fraudulent about that. And I am a resident of the township, as I have stated. And in conclusion, that's it. So sign your complaints if you need to. We'll go to court and we'll resolve it there. Sounds good. Thank you for coming out, everyone. It's a pleasure.
Entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
You're not
Oh,
gonna
you
ask
know
Mr.
what?
You're
Let
not
me
gonna ask
just,
Mr. Clark if he wants to speak?
Sorry,
Yeah, I already
correction. I'm
said.
sorry about that, Mr. Clark. Did you want to say something?
No, I already said it.
Okay. All right. Just to refresh back on emergency management, after discussion in exec session, we're probably going to continue the interview process at our next meeting, and just to make sure the township is not in jeopardy in as far as the process. The solicitor basically explained to the committee that we're not in jeopardy as far as the process. Is that correct? I really don't have too much to say. I feel like it's a lot of things that go on in our township, and I think a lot of them is driven by hatred, is driven by people being up on the committee that maybe you don't like their opinions or what they want to vote on, but it just feels like it's a lot of things done in our township that's not it's not good, and I'm hoping for change. That'll be it for me. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second motion. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Ayes have it. Good job.
Mr. Pitts, if you check your messages, you'll see that I did send it in July. I don't know if you read it. Yes, in fact, I did. No problem, I have a copy. I have a
You could have
copy.
called. You're going to stop by my house and tell my son that you text me.
Absolutely. No, I didn't give him
You told him
details
you
at all. I
filed it.
came looking for you, and he explained to me that you live in Swedesboro.
What'd you need? No, he didn't. He told you that I
What did I
lived there.
need? Specifically, I needed to know whether or not you lived in the township. When I talked to you back in January, I asked you if you lived in the township, and you explained to me that you explained to me first that if anyone had a problem, they need to come to you about it. I said, I'm coming to you about it because I cannot endorse you as a deputy mayor. You also explained to me that you own property in the township, you pay taxes in the township, and that you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You never indicated whether or not you lived there, so I was within my rights as a concerned citizen to knock on your door. And that's what I did. So
I never
I
explained to you that that was my residence.
what's that?
I never explained to you that that was my residence.
You gave me no answer ever. You
I've
explained
done
to
it
me,
several times
you
on the
explained to
record.
me in friendship that you were taking care of your mom, and that in fact when she needs you, you will be taking care of.
5 occasions or more, I've been asked this question. It's been entered into the record. Where do you live? 381 Reason.
No problem. We simply asked for your resignation. You did not resign,
didn't
so
resign.
so the proper protocol will be filed. Thank you very much, sir, and have a nice night.
Will do.